builders, parents, and collectors. On this episode of the Creation Evaluation Station, we'll be evaluating this little guy. Sort of little guy. But yeah, before I get to it any further, let me just say, I do in-depth reviews of models and construction kits, both new and old. Mostly Lego, but other products as well. I do reviews and discussions of other creative works such as movies, video games, and animation. So, because they are in-depth reviews, they can be on the long side, so make sure you're using the timestamps either in the description or right here along the bottom, that red line. And yeah, you can use it to jump around to your favorite parts or as bookmarks to come back at a later date. So let's take a closer look at this. Let's look at that box again. As you can see, it's from the Dark Knight trilogy, one of my favorites. Now, it's kind of a small box, as you see here, compared to my hand. It's not a super big box, but it's really thick. That's good and thick. Thick Lego box. And here is what the back looks like. Some nice little action pose there, and some other scenes. So, getting down to the details. The full title is Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown. Or as I just call it, the Tumbler. The Bat Tumbler. It is the set number 76238. And it's for ages 8 and up. Has 422 pieces. It retails for $39.99 on the Lego store. And I found out that that is being discontinued next month. Like currently, as of recording here, because the last video, as soon as when I got it out, it was actually sold out. But this video here, we as of recording of this, it is still in stock, but it is being discontinued in December of 2022, and it was released in October of 2021, so that's not too surprising. So I would not wait on this if you want to get it. I finished watching this video and check to see if you really like it, but I would definitely not sit on this one. So let's go crack her open and see what's inside. Here we have the contents of the box, and I've got one really nice thick construction booklet. We have bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, that looks half empty, and bag 4 over here. No loose parts, but we do have some stickers, not too many. I probably won't be putting them on, but we'll see. But that is it. Let's break them open and see what's in each one. Here we have the leftover parts. Not too much going on here. A lot of dots and things and studs. We do have an extra batarang, which is nice. Used for other things. Some transparent parts here. We also have these over here, which these are technically extra ammo, so they aren't really extra parts. That includes this transparent yellow part here, and I think this one too. So you got extra ammo for the weapons that come in this, both on the Batmobile and the one the Scarecrow is wielding. Here we have the contents of bag 1, and we've got quite a few things in here. Definitely have a lot of plates, and we've got a car chassis, which is good because we're building a car. That is Batman's cape, and here is Batman. Yeah, a lot of pieces. We got studs, a bunch of these studs on side pieces, both these larger ones and some smaller ones over here, and it's a bunch of dots, small pieces like that. Even some transparent green and transparent clear pieces. A bunch of 1x3s. So this first bag's got quite a bit going on. Here's the contents for bag 2, and doesn't feel like quite as many pieces in here, but doesn't look as any. It's got a bunch of larger pieces, like these 3 large charcoal windscreens black clear, whatever you want to call them. We got Scarecrow over here. Parts for him. A lot of these hinge pieces. Transy neon yellow. Got some clear dots. Let's have one green slope piece. Kind of unusual to only have one. Couple. There's a good amount of small pieces in here. I'll say that. Like there's a lot of these rounded slope pieces. But overall, I think there's less here than the last one. Here we have bag 3, and doesn't quite have too many pieces in it. I feel maybe as far as larger pieces, it's about the same as the last bag, but nowhere near as many small pieces. Bunch of ingots, bunch of golden clip pieces, some more transparent dots. Not a lot here. Do have a bunch of these double hinged pieces, some tail wings, some skids. Here we have the last and final bag. Not a lot of pieces in here, but a lot of big chunky tires. So yeah, we got a lot of big chunky tires, and of course the wheels that go with them. Some flaggy pieces, probably for more corners and things. Give it its nice look. Even in the small pieces, we don't have much here. A bunch of golden studs. It's definitely a Batman set. There's a lot of black here. It's just gonna drive me buggy assembling it, but we'll get it done. That is the last final bag. Let's go put it all together. Alright, we've got the figures for this set here, and we have the Scarecrow and a Batman, of course. This is from the Dark Knight trilogy, so that's why they have certain appearances. Like his suit is the certain kind. We've got Scarecrow. He's got his fear toxin gum thing, and it actually fires. And Batman's grappling gun unfortunately does not, but that's okay. It's a thought that counts, right? We're gonna take all their gear off and look at them a little bit closer. There's not too much to see. I don't know if these are unique figures or not, although this is a unique headpiece here, and we'll look at that in a moment. That's kind of very important to the movie, and we'll look at that here. First, let's strip them down of their weapons and capes and things. So I've got the weapons put away, but I've got the cowl back on Batman because I gave him the second head there. And yeah, it's kind of scary looking, but it's supposed to look scary. I'll talk more about that in the final evaluation segment, but that was a very important scene in the movie. This is what it looks like with his mask off. Very creepy and scary indeed, with those silver teeth and everything else. Oh, we'll just look over at the chest piece. Looks really nice. It's too bad we didn't get any printing on any other parts. No arm or side leg printing. No leg printing at all, actually. And I don't know, the Scarecrow looks pretty good here. He's got his suit, but can't exactly reuse that for sorry. He's got his suit here, but you can't exactly reuse that for your average citizen with the rope and the noose. The bottom of the mask on his chest, and then the noose rope there around his neck. It's kind of scary looking too, but he's supposed to be Scarecrow. Let's pull the scary Batman head off and put his regular on here. There's there's no backside to that as well. I was going to point that out. But there's regular Batman's face. Not quite so scary. Got the white on the top to show through the cowl's eyes and stuff. And switching to the back. Scarecrow does not have a second face, but you can see the back of his mask there with the hair coming out and back of that rope and stuff. Back of Batman's looks really nice. Definitely looks super muscular. Quite some definition even in his back muscles. Nice gold utility belt there. And there's his smirky face. Yeah, other than that head, I don't know if there's really anything exclusive about this set. I mean, that is an important piece. Like I said, it's an important part of the movie, which I'll talk a little bit later. So we've got everything put together here, and we've already looked at the figures, so all that's left is the car. So we're going to swoop these guys away. Although I'm not going to put Batman too far away, because we still have to put him in the driver's seat. See how that works. But let's take a look at this car first. It definitely looks like the vehicle from the movie, which I really appreciate. It's got some amazing angles on it. And the techniques for building those angles were great. Gotta love these tires in the back. We get the tires, we got the booster jet engine here. Too bad they didn't have like a little transparent piece to go in there, but that's kind of a nitpick. Can change the angles of these if you want. These get moved around quite a bit. You can change angles of these brake fins or whatever they're supposed to be. Kind of like them butted up against each other like that. Although I think that's quite how they work in the movie. You have these like wing things along the side here. Now they're not supposed to be up, but you can put them up and look inside there a little bit. They're supposed to be angled down like that. That's basically the way they were in the movie, and it wasn't a movable part really. Now I happen to be missing a piece here, and I don't know if I lost it or it was missing in the set. You can see it here. There's a vented sloped piece right here, sloped piece with like vents in it. There's supposed to be one on the other side. It's not there. I couldn't find it. I don't remember dropping it. I have hard floors. I usually hear when pieces fall. It's just a matter of finding where they bounced off to, but I don't know when or where I lost it, or maybe the set was just missing it. I will probably get a hold of Lego and see if I can get a replacement. It's not too an uncommon piece, but I don't really have any extras laying around in my duplicates. But that aside, getting back to this, there's a lot of hinges used to make the bars and armor across the car here. This is a very heavily armored vehicle. Front here, where these headlights are, they're actually stud shooters. And I thought that was a clever way to integrate stud shooters into the vehicle, making them look like headlights. Now there were some stickers in here. Most of the stickers I think were actually on the inside here for the windscreens and panelings that you can barely see anyways. But yeah, this top opens up. We got plenty of room. We got room for 2 characters in there. There's even a clip here. You can put Batman's weapon. I don't know if the gun will fit in there, but the battering definitely will. But let's go try putting him in there as it is. So he's got his weapons. I'm going to take them off his hands. Give me a second. I'll get his battering in there. Fits nicely in there, doesn't take up too much space. I'm worried about the grappling gun taking up too much space, because his head is there. You go. He's just there. The thing is right in there. It's in there. Got room for another character. I don't think he'd be riding with the Scarecrow, but yeah. Ooh. Not part off there. Oh, yeah, that's one of that piece. I don't think I had it in all the way. Yeah, there we go. There's Batman in there. So dark. But let's try, see if there's room for his Gatling gun to clip in there. I guess, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Clip. Well, it sort of fits. You can't have another character in there. You could put it on the other side, but that'd be where he'd be sitting. But you know, it's nice to have some place to put pieces. Although he's got two equipment, and there's only one hook. So then the lid closes up, and there he's in there, ready to go. See, it rolls really well. I mean, there's a lot of friction because there's he's got, you know, twice the tires sitting back here, but it still rolls good despite them. They're good wheels, that's why. And then you got the nice balloon tires in the front. They work great. So yeah, let's head back to the desk, give this a final eval. Welcome back to the desk, and it's time to give this my final thoughts and final evaluation. Now, overall, I think this is a great set. We've been wanting a really good jumper. Now, I don't have any of the other previous tumblers that they had before. This one is really good. It looks really accurate to the movie, despite being minifigure scale. I know they have the big huge one, which it's going to be a while before I review anything like that. Going to be staying away from UCS models. They're too expensive for me at this point, but they are nice looking. But this on a smaller scale is great and works. Now, it's a little bit large for a vehicle, like for city streets. It would probably overhang just a little bit, not take up almost two, but it's not as bad as some of the Ninjago vehicles. Yeah, so I think this is a great set, and I'm really happy they included this additional head, not because I'm super crazy about having special, unique figures and everything, although this does make this very unique with the special head that came with this, but it is more about that scene in the movie, which I felt was a very important scene in the movie. A lot of times, you know, kids can't handle scary stuff, and whether Batman is considered, the Batman Begins trilogy, whether it's kid friendly or not is debatable. I think it's enough that you could take kids to it, but it's got scary stuff, including that scene with the Batman seen by the Scarecrow with the scary face. But the important part is, either just before that scene or just after that scene, I don't remember which, the kid saw him and he was not afraid. And it's very much pointing out that Batman is only scary to the villains. And I thought that was a very important scene in the movie, and a lot of things. Like, we shy away from even scaring our kids anymore, and it's important that they know fear a little bit and understand it. This movie definitely dealt with fear. But yeah, that was great that piece is in this, and I love that scenes, because plural includes the scene with the kid. That was Commissioner Gordon's son too, right? If I remember right. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but I think that's who the kid was. But yeah, you know, he wasn't afraid. He came right up to Batman. He's like, "Oh, this is going on. What happened?" He wasn't afraid. But as soon as you see the Joker, and you're not Joker, Scarecrow sees him. He's sees this terrible, horrible, scary image of him, and I thought that was really great. All right, so my thoughts aside, let's break this final evaluation down. Now, appearance, like I said, this looks just like the movie. Looks really accurate to the movie, and I ended up giving appearance a 10 easily, and all the figures look good. No complaints really about any of them. I like maybe wish they put like a mask maybe for Scarecrow instead of just having the printed face, but the printing they did on that was really nice though, so it's no real complaints there. Now, as far as function, this works fine, rolls really good, but it's just there's not much gimmicks to it. Rolls good. You got things open. There's a couple, posable vents and things that you can move around, but really there's not much to this. Now, in the second movie, we find out that the front end opens up and it turns into a motorcycle. This unfortunately does not do that, but that would be an interesting function to build into it. Mockers, get at it. I don't know if I'd really worry too much about building something like that, but that would be cool. And that was really cool in the movie. But that's the second movie. This is based off of the first movie, so the fact that it doesn't do that is fine as well. But since there really isn't much more that it does, I mean, it does fire some bullets, some dot studs. I just gave it a 9. It's nothing bad, just nothing amazing. Now, fun. It was really fun to put together. The techniques used to build this was amazing. But I am going to take a point off for a self-contained set. There's an imbalance in the story going on here. You got Batman in the Batmobile, and then you just have Scarecrow. He's got nothing except for his little gun, which doesn't work very well on a vehicle. It can work on the passenger, or the driver, but not the actual vehicle. So I gave it a 9. It's still a lot of fun to have with this set. This is just a fun vehicle to have around. I mean, I don't have a city set up, but I'd love to have a city, build a city, and drive this around down Main Street in the city. Be kind of fun. Fortunately, I don't have too much in the way of city sets, mostly because I deal with science fiction and fantasy. Now, if I had more space, I would definitely consider breaking out and doing some similar stuff like that. But adding stuff like this to it to give it some flair. But yeah, so fun, I gave a 9. Now, techniques, like I said, this was really fun build, and there are some really nice techniques used to get the shaping of the vehicle just right. The thing is, this thing is not too complex. It's simple, but yet it's very dense. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's done really well to make all these joints and hinges and things to give the appearance that you see here. And it doesn't have a lot. It's not very flimsy. I mean, there's some things like these things that can get knocked off on the top pretty easy, but they kind of poke out more, and they're fine by themselves. If you bump them enough, they'll pull off. But yeah, there's some amazing techniques here, and I gave technique a 10 easy. Hands down easy. It was a 10. Now, so that brings our average score. Once you add all that up, you get a 38, divide by 4, and you get a 9.5. So a pretty good score. And moving on to price. It was, I think, what was it? Yeah, $39.99, and it had 422 pieces. So it ends up being 9 cents per piece, which is right about, almost to standard. A little bit less, not much less. So the price is really good. This is a really good set. I gave it a G, easy. So that brings our final evaluation score to a 9.5G. This is a really good set. It's a good solid set. Like maybe for fun you could have added a couple more henchmen in here, could boost that up a little bit. As far as functions out, there's not much. It just is what it is. It looks great, works great, but there's just not much with it. Yeah, if they wanted to try to make it so that the front turns into a small motorcycle, looking at it, you could almost do it. You could just imagine it, that these wheels fold out to the side and there's a little seat. I don't know if it could be done. This could be altered without extreme altering it, but it's something to think about. But as it is, this is a really good set, and I enjoyed putting it together. Got another Batmobile to put together here soon. I don't know if I'll do it next week or we'll throw something else into the rush next week. I got more Ninjago stuff coming out this week. Teasers on the way. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this set overall. And if you did happen to get it, or were you missing a piece? I have no idea where that piece disappeared to or when it disappeared to. That's the key, when it disappeared to, because that would give me a point to look for it. I don't even know where to start. But yeah, if you happen to have gotten this and was missing it too, that would imply that Lego screwed up a little bit. Which is, can make problems. I am going to contact them, see if I can get a replacement piece. It's a pretty common piece, but I don't really have any extras of it laying around, so hopefully I can get that without too much trouble. And also, luckily, the piece that's missing isn't that noticeable. I mean, it's supposed to go there. I know it's supposed to go there because I put it together, but glancing at it, you don't look at it, and it also isn't a main structural piece holding something else together. It's more fiddly stuff that's on the outside to give it more appearance. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like. If you haven't already and you're not you enjoyed what you've seen here and want to see more, hit the sub button and notification bell. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. There's links down below. They are a little bit more accurate in getting the notifications out faster, because I do it as soon as I get the video done, and boom, they're done. I don't know what's up with YouTube, it's slow. But yeah, check out those notifications. I also have Patreon down there if you want to help the channel grow more directly. And that's it for me here at the Creation Evaluation Station, reminding you that creativity is key.